Alexa Bliss recently returned to WWE in-ring action for the first time since giving birth in November 2023. WWE legend Matt Hardy is a fan of the 33-year-old's work and thinks she is likely to become a new Wyatt Six member. Bliss worked with the late Bray Wyatt, real name Wyndham Rotunda, when he performed as The Fiend. On February 1st, the five-time WWE Women's Champion wore a Wyatt-themed jacket during her entrance at the Royal Rumble. The back of the jacket read, "Friends Forever," with the word Fiend highlighted in red. On the Extreme Life of Matt Hardy, Hardy predicted that Bliss would join forces with Wyatt's brother Bo Dallas and the rest of the Wyatt Six. I mean, in so many ways it feels correct. It feels like the right thing to do. I know she came out and had the Fiend tease that said "Friend Forever," Fiend Forever, the little writing on the jacket. I mean, she's just so closely tied to Bray. I feel like if they're going to tease that even with her coming out and acknowledging Bray and The Fiend, I almost feel like that is the direction they're probably going to go in, and I almost feel like it's the direction they should go in. The Wyatt Six consists of Bo Dallas, a.k.a. Uncle Howdy, Dexter Lumis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and Nikki Cross. In January, the group moved to Smackdown after 7 months on the Raw brand. Matt Hardy praises Alexa Bliss as an actress. In 2020, Alexa Bliss underwent a drastic transformation when she aligned with Bray Wyatt and introduced a darker version of her popular on-screen persona, Matt Hardy. Wyatt's tag team partner in 2018 thinks the Wyatt Six would benefit from Alexa Bliss being added to their stable. I love that she showed that depth to be able to work another character like that. I think if we can go back to that, and once again, it's another tip of the hat to Wyndham and his legacy and for all he's done. And I think putting her with the Wyatt Six would obviously help them and give them a boost that they just kind of need now. Bliss was tag team partners with Wyatt Six member Nikki Cross in 2019 and 2020. They held the Women's Tag Team Championship twice during that time. Do you want Alexa Bliss to join the Wyatt Six? Hit the discuss button and let us know. Alexa Bliss made her long-awaited return to WWE at the 2025 Royal Rumble, and it seems initial plans for Bliss have changed after her return. Prior to her return, it seemed as though Bliss was set for a stay on Raw, but a report from PW Insider states that after creative pitches were made for Alexa for SmackDown, Bliss is now set to join the Blue brand roster going forward. Obviously, there is potential for Bliss to interact with the Wyatt Six due to her past association with The Fiend Bray Wyatt, with the two sides believed to have been factored in for a segment on the January 13th Raw. Interestingly, the Wyatt Six have also made the jump from Raw to SmackDown, and it remains to be seen when their story will kick off on Friday nights. With the faction off TV due to an injury issue, the Bliss WWE return was reportedly not straightforward, with the two sides believed to have been at a contract impasse leading up to the Rumble. Bliss did put pen to paper on a new 5-year deal, with her Rumble appearance marking her first time in a WWE ring since a Raw Women's title match against Bianca Belair at the 2023 Royal Rumble show. Long-term WWE plans for Alexa Bliss may have been changed. Bliss was originally scheduled to make her return to WWE on the January 13th episode of Monday Night Raw and kick off a program with the Wyatt Six. Those plans were scrapped, however, due to a contract standoff between WWE and Bliss. Any issues have since been resolved, with Bliss putting pen to paper on a new 5-year deal with WWE before she made her return in the Women's Royal Rumble. Plans came together for Bliss's return so late on that Shotzi was originally planned for the former Raw Women's Champion spot in the Rumble. While Bliss was originally scheduled to return as part of the Raw brand, she was not present on Monday Night's show from Cleveland, Ohio, and PW Insider has reported there have been pitches for Bliss to be on Friday Night SmackDown going forward, but if this means Bliss plans to link up with the Wyatt Six are back on is unknown. The Uncle Howdy-led faction moved to SmackDown as part of the WWE transfer window, although they haven't been on TV since the move due to an injury issue. 3 things Alexa Bliss could do on WWE SmackDown. Alexa Bliss returned at the 2025 Royal Rumble. Alexa Bliss is back in WWE, and fans are overjoyed. The Goddess and World Wrestling Entertainment were reportedly unable to reach an agreement, and many believed she would never return. However, the 2025 Royal Rumble occurred. Bliss returned at the show and took part in the WWE Women's Royal Rumble match. She garnered a huge ovation for her performance and battled admirably throughout the match, even though she eventually lost following her. One of the better women's Money in the Bank ladder matches to date came in 2018, and it was won by none other than Alexa Bliss. With her sneaky and cowardly heel character managed to find her way to a win against a talented field of Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Ember Moon, Naomi, Sasha Banks, Natalya, and Lana. At the time, the choice of Bliss winning wasn't all too popular from a storytelling perspective, given that she'd been a world champion not long before this show. The big spots were all strong, with the likes of Naomi and Moon shining in particular, and the audience loved it. Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair versus Carmella, WWE Smackdown, June 4th, 2019. On an episode of Smackdown in 2019, Alexa Bliss battled both Charlotte Flair and Carmella for the right to become the new #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship, so these added stakes made it more intriguing from a storytelling perspective as the match went on. The crowd were more and more invested, with the three women putting together some great sequences, near falls, and more. It was an exciting TV match and one that managed to remain unpredictable. 1. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks versus Ember Moon versus Natalya, WWE Raw, June 11th, 2017. The best match of Alexa Bliss' WWE career is one many fans may have forgotten all about, as it came on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Alexa Bliss competed in a fatal four-way match involving winner Natalya, Sasha Banks, and Ember Moon. These four women were given 20 minutes to work with to craft a really enjoyable match. The crowd was red hot for this match, elevating it a lot, but that doesn't take away from the strong pacing, the intricate sequences, and the great selling, especially from Ember Moon and Sasha Banks. In terms of character work, Bliss did the heavy lifting. This is certainly a match that deserves more plaudits. Alexa Bliss returns to WWE, qualifies for Elimination Chamber. After 2 years away, Bliss's comeback culminates with victory over Candice LeRae at SmackDown. WWE fans were thrilled by the surprise return of Alexa Bliss at the Royal Rumble, marking her comeback to the ring and WWE television after over 2 years away. Bliss entered the Royal Rumble match to massive applause, signaling her highly awaited return, and immediately made her presence felt. Following this momentous event, many speculated about where she would land, considering previous rumors linked her return to Monday Night Raw. Nevertheless, WWE officially confirmed her alignment with SmackDown, leading to her much-anticipated match on February 7 on tonight's episode of SmackDown. It was officially announced there would be 2 Elimination Chamber qualifying matches, one of which featured Alexa Bliss facing off against Candice LeRae. Bliss's match was particularly notable as it marked her first singles action since her last bout over 2 years ago, when she fought against